to the Phantom Zone. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never show money-taking. The man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in all of YouTube entertainment today, General Zod. And today I am going to give you first my non-spoiler thoughts, and then I will say spoilers when I get to it, on Agatha's last episodes, 8 and 9, which after 7, I was hopeful. But I gotta say, having seen the show in its entirety, they got me. There were some mysteries, questions were all answered, things we wanted to know. They didn't cop out in some of the things that they set up. And I gotta say, this might be, for me, the most surprising show of the year. Episode 8, I'm just gonna say, is a 9 out of 10. Episode 9 is a 9 out of 10. I do have a couple of issues, just a bit of dialogue things, a couple of goofy moments, but for the most part, they let the seriousness happen. There were consequences, there was stakes, there was actual real weight to people's decisions that happened throughout this show, which I was scared they were going to invalidate what happened in the last episode, but they didn't. And they killed all of the Salem 7. I guess there's only 6 of them because Agatha was the 7th. I don't know. The math is a little bit off. That's another small thing. But besides that, this show was good. This show was really good. I really liked it. So now, full spoilers. Anybody joining me? Spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1. Okay, spoilers. So, episode 8 had a lot to do. And I gotta say, episode 8 was pretty wild. So they all wake up in this room, and basically the road didn't lead to anywhere. It brought them back to a circle, and then all of a sudden they woke up into this room to this new trial. There's a great scene I want to point out in the beginning between Death and Agatha. You finally figure out that Death did Agatha a favor, and they still don't get into that favor until the next episode, but she wants the teen Wiccan, that she wants them because they're out of the natural order of things, and so she said she'll bring him to her, and then we get a bit when they're trapped, and the wishes being granted were removing them from this trial or whatever. And the one chick there, I forget her name. I believe her name is Jen Cal, who is bound. Her powers don't work. Hello, everybody. Welcome. The guy behind me, that's Nick Cage. Nick's always got my back. What up? So, yes, if you're new to the channel, that's my boy Nick Cage. He always makes sure I give a proper review. So anyways, I got to say, first off, the acting in episode 8 is pretty good. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate the sub. Please say my name is Kendra, and I subbed. Okay, Kendra, thank you. I appreciate the sub. And hello from the West Bank of New Orleans. What's up? Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys subbing. Where did you get the hat from? I got the hat from my girlfriend. It was our anniversary last year. We went to the state fair. So that's why I wear the hat, in case you guys are wondering. Plus, it's kind of my thing. So, anyways, let me continue with the review. Oh, yeah, you can get a shout out there, Star. Thank you. Shout out Mike, who cheese Harry, and thank you. I'll sub if you admit what you did. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Don. Anyways, so let's get into the final episode. Like I was saying, the witch that was bound, Agatha had taken her power years ago, and so she was trapped in the potion shop, And come to find out that Agatha was the one that had bound her powers years ago when she came through a doctor's office. It was kind of a little funny thing. Agatha then, the witch uses her hair and unbinds her, and she gets her powers back and disappears. Now it is down to Wiccan and to Agatha, and Wiccan's wish is to get his brother Billy back, because after the events of WandaVision, their souls had disappeared. It was assumed Billy had also gone into a body, but he wasn't in a body. He's just floating around, and Death wants both of them back. So after she tries to get Billy in the body and Wiccan refuses to use somebody else's body, he disappears, leaving Agatha by herself. And she has to grow something in order for the trial to end. And she uses a tear and a piece of this willow wasp thing that she had gotten, I guess, with her kid or something like that, and grew a flower, which was pretty cool. And then we have the scene with Death, and Death and Agatha have a battle. Now, I was going to be a little bit disappointed if this is going to be one of those big CGI mess of fights, but thankfully, this is not a mess of a fight. And so Agatha goes and finally she gives over the teen. The teen talks to her and she feels bad. So she goes and she kisses Rio, played by Aubrey Plaza. And might I say, Aubrey Plaza is amazing in this show. She really puts forth more acting in these last 2 or 3 episodes. And just her angry at Agatha because she won't love her because she had to take her child. Just everything that's between them was great. It was awesome stuff. And so it's, hey, Mike, what's up? Mike Ox. Shout out. Anyway, so Agatha goes and she decides to give up her own life to save Wiccan. I'm not going to call him the teen because we know his name is Wiccan. And she actually dies. And there's flowers and all sorts of shit. We go to next episode 9, which is the Maiden Grunswald, something like that. And now my point deduction was there was this pretty long birthing scene. I'm a guy, not my jam. But it illustrates that Agatha was supposed to lose her son. So spoilers, once again, I'm going to be talking about the ending of Agatha All Along. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, come back, watch my review. So anyways, episode 9, the acting in this episode is fantastic, and hats off to Kathryn Hahn, who plays Agatha. Oh my God. I said in the beginning I was having a hard time liking this character. And now that I've seen the whole show, this actually makes the whole entire show better, this episode. And that's what I mean with some episodes can rearrange and change your perspective on the whole show. But now we finally find out why Agatha is the way she is. And I gotta say, it was some pretty heartbreaking, brutal stuff. So Agatha made a deal with Death. Death gave Agatha time with her son. And while she was with her son as he was growing up, she was trying to take powers from witches now. She was taking the power of the witches, come to find out, to see if she can come up with a way to bring her son back or find her son or whatever to get her son away from Death. I'm not really sure about that part. But it all swings back to everything. This episode explains everything in the whole entire show. So the Witch's Road song winds up being bullshit. You see Agatha draining power every so many centuries from different 7 people until we get to the present time with Wiccan, who has Wanda's power on steroids. He can create his own reality. So everything we watched, everything that happened to these poor people, he actually murdered some people, and they let it stick. Good job, MCU. This was the first show where the people are dead, and I'm going to sound sick now, but I'm actually happy because it doesn't make me feel like I wasted my time watching this show. There was real consequences, and I'll get to Agatha's thing. It actually is a cool comic book Easter egg, but there was real stakes. Like, poor Sharon, the next door neighbor, is dead. Sorry, kitty. I guess you're going back to that 70s show. Lily's sacrifice, which meant so much, slowing down the Salem 7 that were trying to attack him. She sacrificed herself for a reason. All of these things that the people did, they had real consequences. One of the most heartbreaking ones was Anne, who dealt with her mother's possession and death coming to get her. And they're like, yeah, they're dead. They went to the great beyond. So I really liked that there were stakes in this. Another standout moment is putting the pieces together and figuring out, and this is in episode 8 and 9. I'm kind of blending them together because they're essentially one episode. He figures out he created the reality from stuff in his room. And I just liked the reveal because I knew Wiccan had these powers, but I didn't know that how they were going to introduce that. So it was very good. It was definitely a very interesting way to introduce Wiccan, to show his powers, and to actually give him a couple of kills. His thing that he created. Hey, Cromel, nice to see you. And no, I got the hat from a state fair from my girlfriend, Bitchy Unicorn. Thank you for the question. Anyways, so there were real consequences. There was real stakes, and I enjoyed that. I haven't watched a Marvel show where I sat back at the end of the show and I said, damn, they really went for it. They killed everyone. So, oh no, you're all good. Hey, we kid around here in the Fandom Zone. Welcome. The thing about this show that really, really won me over, and I think these last 2 episodes make it a surprise hit for me. I think this show nailed the ending, and it did extremely well. But the things that brought it together for me was the last episode. So let's get into the last episode. Wiccan figures out he created this whole world. The actor does a great job, by the way. And Agatha comes back as a ghost. And now this is canon, so I'm not upset about this. This is in the games. If you played Marvel's Midnight Sun, actually Wanda killed Agatha by accident, and she comes back as a ghost. But I was fine with that. I was like, cool. That's actually a nice nod to the comic books. And so Wiccan goes back to where all the shit started and is trying to exorcise Agatha, which I thought was a hilarious scene. And it was really trying to get her to focus her powers. And so she smacked the thing out of her hand. And as we predicted, being with Wiccan was reminding her of her son, and she kind of saw him as a son. And so I like the fact that they never really made Agatha not evil. She's just changing, and it feels very organic through these episodes. When you see her in WandaVision, she's pure evil, and in the beginning of this, she has a very small care level. But then as you go through and she starts actually risking her life, and she realized before everyone what was going on because she fought Wanda and knew she could alter reality, she, in a sense, let people do these trials to overcome the things that were holding them back. And I think it was a nice message. This had a very adult feel to it towards the end, and there were actual deaths and shit that happened. But at the same time, it had an emotional core to its ending of the story. And I can't believe it. This is the second Marvel product that has genuinely impressed me. Deadpool, Wolverine being my first, and this being a very close second. And I am shocked at how good these last 2 episodes are. The last 3 episodes of the show, really saved the whole entire show, especially the last two that explain all of the things happening in the previous show. Now, the songs make sense, all of that, even though I fucking still hate episode 5, and this bumps up my rating. I'm going to do a series overview to go over the entire series, tell you the things I liked and didn't like, and really break it down. But for a quick, concise review, which really this is 15 minutes, I gotta say these 2 episodes are by far the best Marvel television they've put out in a very long time. WandaVision was my favorite show on Disney Plus so far. I don't care. People didn't like the ending. I don't care. WandaVision to me was the best that they've done. And now this gives me hope for Daredevil because the writing on this was good. And I saw it in earlier episodes, but the last 3 episodes really showed off the writing team, where they had a direction they were going. They had really good storytelling, and they were able to have these powerful, heartfelt moments, like legitimately, and they didn't undercut them with a joke. You were allowed to feel the feelings when Agatha died and with her finally coming to terms with her child's death. Like, there was some heavy shit in here, and they actually let the moments breathe and the audience feel the pain so you can actually give a shit about these characters. I hated Teen through most of this, and now I want to know if he finds his brother. This show really took characters I was not particularly interested in, and I enjoyed it. I would watch this through again. I would watch this side by side with WandaVision. Great job to the team. Catherine Hahn, Audrey Plaza, all the rest of them. I'm sorry, I'm not going to name all of them, but everybody, they gave 100%, and it shows. And the acting in this is really good. So go check out WandaVision if you haven't watched it all the way through. Overall, episode 8 gets a 9 out of 10, and episode 9 gets a perfect 10. I really liked how they wrapped everything up, and I liked that they kept consequences in the MCU, and I like that death is permanent again. It's literally a thing that hunts people down. So I think they might be listening, folks. This was a great series. I was not shocked. Hopefully Penguin is another banger, and I get 2 different companies really bringing their A game. Like, this gives me hope for 2025. So great job over there at Marvel. This shows me they're cleaning their shit up. I'm now excited for Daredevil, and I can't wait to see what other movies and shit they put out. And hopefully Kevin's got his house in order. But they put out bangers like this, man. Deadpool, Wolverine, Agatha, like, they might be on a little bit of a hot streak. I think they may end the year strong. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Go check out Agatha All Along. All in all, it's a good series, and now you can watch it all together. And let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the final 3 episodes? Did you like them? Did you hate them? Is it still not your thing? Did you think it was a good sort of ending to the whole WandaVision television series? And are you looking forward to the new spinoff with Vision? That should be interesting. Paul Bettany returns. So you guys let me know in the comments. Are you looking forward to what Marvel is doing? Do you think they should stay with this and focus on death and all these other things? Did you not care for the show? Or are you going to be watching The Penguin? Which, by the way, next week I will have the Penguin review. But thank you, everybody, for watching. And as always, remember, there is only one rule here in the Fandom Zone: kneel before General Zod.